Hi, I'm Elizabeth Harbison. I want to detail my experience with learning the truth about emotion code, body code, and all types of energy medicine. So, I first off want to, this may be the only thing I need to really say about this, but one truth when coming to understand if body code is of God and emotion code is of God and any other type of alternative medicine is of God is to ask, by what power does it work? We know that there are only two powers that can supernaturally change our physical realities. And that is the power of God and the power of Satan, because he is the god of this world. Those are the only powers that can supernaturally change. The power of your intention is simply faith. That's what the power of your intention is. It's faith. The power of manifestation, it's faith, but what are you putting your faith in? When you're trying to manifest, you're putting your faith into something other than God, because if you're not expressly calling upon God, then, and also seeking his will in all things, in all types of medicine, if you're not seeking his will, you leave yourself vulnerable to being deceived by the ultimate deceiver. And he has many tricks to deceive you. And a lot of rebuttals would be like, why would Satan heal people? That doesn't make any sense. It's contrary to his nature. What his nature is to do is to deceive and to take people away from Jesus Christ. And if you are looking for healing, it is happening to you on a spiritual level. You are not calling upon Jesus Christ. There is only one other power by which it is working. There is no power of the earth. There is no, all creation glorifies and obeys God. All creation glorifies and obeys God. If you are asking something on this earth, or if you're trying to manipulate your reality by your own power, and you're not seeking God's will, well, you're rebelling against God, and that leaves an in for Satan to come and to change your reality to make you think that you are being healed. And if it happens and you are healed, it's not of God. It's just not. It's a counterfeit, because Satan does not want you to turn to the ultimate healer, Jesus Christ. So I wanted to get all of that out in the beginning. Now, if you want to hear my story of how I found out all of this, that is what I will go on to share now. So when I was back in 2021, February 2021, I got really sick. I got the vaccine, and then my health went took a nosedive, and I needed to detox, and I found medical medium information, and that helped me so much. It was his book, Thyroid Healing, and I actually healed my Hashimoto's, but only because I was praying. I was asking God, what can I do? And he led me to that information. That was what was right for me at the time. So it was extremely prayerful. And I was not seeking a go around by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I had many priesthood blessings, many, many, many prayers of my own, just praying to be healed of this, because I knew I had a baby waiting for me. I had had a previous miscarriage and I wasn't going to go through that again. So I knew I had to get better for this baby so I could get pregnant with this baby that I knew was waiting for me, because God showed me that she was waiting for me. And so I decided to I did that. I healed my Hashimoto's in December 2021, and then let's see. Yeah, I got pregnant February 2022. February 2022. And I just had her in October, but when I first found out I was pregnant, I called my midwife, was looking around for midwives, because this was after COVID. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be doing any weird COVID hospital policies. I'm just going to have the baby at home. Like, I don't want to deal with all the stuff that they give you, because I'm pretty sure that caused some like major postpartum, like psychosis and postpartum troubles after my second, which literally made me not want to have babies again. It was so bad. So anyway, we I want to tell you the story of meeting my midwife, because this was the reason why I got into body code. So I called her. I was moving to another city, and I asked her, I was like, okay, well, we'll meet when I move. Well, I moved to this new city, like literally 2 days in. I go to register my daughter for school, and she is at the school. Like, I hear somebody say her name. I'm like, I only know one person with that name. And I turn around, and it's her from the picture for her website. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And all this stuff was like going wrong technologically, to where I had to be in that chair in the front office using the receptionist's computer to register my daughter for school. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. So anyway, I decided, okay, that was definitely divine. Like, I don't believe in coincidences, so there was no way that was a coincidence. There was just no way that she was there in the office at the same time that I had to literally plant my butt in the office to register my daughter for school. So, because she was a substitute teacher, and she just so happened to be teaching that day. So I was like, okay, this is definitely it. This is who I need to go with. So I'm going along, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna, I guess I'm going to use her. Like, that's fine. That was easy for me. Well, everything's going fine, and then I start feeling really bad, and she's like, I want to check your ferritin levels. I'm like, okay, your ferritin level checks your long-term iron making potential for your blood iron levels, like how much potential your body has of making the right amount of iron is basically your ferritin level. So my ferritin levels are really low, to the point where I needed not transfusions, but iron infusions rather. And she's like, oh, those are so bad for you. Like, we're not going to do that. Like, I just really want to do a body code session for you. And I'm like, what's body code? And she's like, it's Dr. Bradley Nelson. It's from Dr. Bradley Nelson. He's a Latter-day Saint. He's a good guy. I really like what he has to say, and I've been doing it, and I know you can heal from that, and I know we can heal you with this. I want to get to the root cause. So she says she wants to get to the root cause. Well, I would have never sought out an energy medicine session on my own. Okay, that would have never sought it out on my own. I would have never paid for something like that on my own. She said it was included in the midwife price. She does it free for all her midwife clients. So I'm like, all right, we'll just do it. It's fine. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is just medicine. And we're just like connecting with the energy of our bodies. Like we're just connecting that way. Okay, so it went from releasing unhealthy cords from my ex-husband, releasing emotions from my body, feeling really good, to that was my first session, to about my 10th session was me having a heavy metal arsenic in my meridian from a past life. If you know anything about past lives as a Latter-day Saint, then you would know that the thought of past lives and multiple probations, as we call it, is contrary to the atonement and actually voids Christ's atonement. Because if he paid the price for our life, what would even be the point of seeking him out in this life, as it says in the scriptures, being the time to prepare to meet God, this life? Like, what would be the point of multiple probations? I just don't know. So I didn't believe in past lives. She tried to get me on that, like, past lives are real. I'm like, okay. So, anyway, past lives are real. This is just getting to the point where, like, for her anyway, and then I am having arsenic in my energetic meridian, a physical heavy metal in my energetic conception vessel meridian. Tell me how that works. I'll wait. So, all this time, in between then the first session and the last one, we did a muscle testing session for my supplements. These supplements were for my birth. Okay. For labor initiator, she wanted to have this labor initiator that she would use on any pregnant woman, and it was going to be branded hers. And she was going to do it by seeing what would be good for me. So she tests, and for my labor initiator, meaning to use if I need something like a Pitocin, like kind of something to induce my labor. It would be Yohimbe. It would be nettle and vitamin E. And let me tell you what. She was going to give me 3 dropperfuls every 20 minutes of Yohimbe if I somehow stalled out and stopped. Yohimbe, I don't know if you know, has the capability of, according to WebMD, I'm so big into herbs, you guys. I love herbs so much, and I totally believe in the power of herbs. I used herbs to get off of my harsh anti-epileptic and antipsychotic medication. They are miracles from God. Herbs are miracles from God. Now, what is not a miracle are unwholesome herbs. Those aren't to be used, or they're not ordained for the use of God. Wholesome herbs are. So anyways, yohimbe bark is what was going to be my labor induction herb. She was going to give me 3 dropperfuls every 20 minutes. I look on WebMD, the side effects of this: PTSD, like increased PTSD symptoms, increased paranoid schizophrenic delusions, increased anxiety. She's like planning on giving me this stuff during my labor that I'm having at home for the first time, that I already have a bunch of anxiety about. And cherry on top, WebMD says don't take if you're pregnant, could poison your baby. Whoa. So I'm like livid when I find this stuff out. I am so livid that she was about to give me this stuff. The only way she found it out, I was at home, she was at home, we were both on the phone, and she was energetically connected to me, and it was my body that was telling her what would be good for me. Yeah, it was my body. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my body. So anyways, I got super angry. All this time, I've just been literally like a zombie. I had no energy. She kept telling me, don't take desiccated liver. It's so bad for you. Don't do it. Don't do desiccated liver. You don't test for desiccated liver. It doesn't work. Don't do it. You don't have the right blood type. Well, guess what happens when I get on desiccated liver after I finally dumped her and went with her preceptor? Well, my hematocrit goes up by 2 points in 10 days. I am now at the level where I don't need to worry about having a hemorrhage after I give birth. And I didn't hemorrhage after I gave birth because my blood level was where it needed to be. And it was only where it needed to be after I stopped going to her and listening to her muscle testing and doing her body code sessions. This was the work of the devil that I foiled. I literally foiled the plans of the devil. And I'm here to tell you that he wants to hurt you and make sure that you don't go to Christ and make sure that you don't find what works for you by making you think you have all these other things wrong with you. He will send you around the rosemary bush or whatever you call it. He will send you all around in circles, confusing you, making you think you have so much wrong with you, making you think you need this supplement to help you, and this and that and the other. He's going to make you think you need so much more than just Christ to get better, or so much more than just a few herbs. I made a tincture, the tincture that I talked about earlier that helped me get off my medication. I used that tincture during my birth. I used that tincture in my postpartum. It was the tincture for me in my time of need. Like when I needed it the most, it helped me the most. And that tincture I got straight through prayer. And I knew that that is what I needed. And it helped me. I made it. I knew it. It helped me. And I'm so grateful. I can't take it now because it's has lemon balm in it, and that's not good for making milk. So, but I don't even need to take it now. I don't even need it. Like, I feel fine. I'm finally nice to my kids. Like, if you want to know if something works, check yourself and how you're treating the people who love you the most and the people who are around you the most. Just check yourself and see. That's usually a pretty good sign on if something is actually helping you or not, is if it's taking you away from your family and making you lash out at them more, the people that love you the most, it's a pretty good sign that it's not good. So, anyways, this video is not medical advice. We're at 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna get off here. But the body code is witchcraft. Energy medicine is witchcraft. I'm going to make another video soon talking about homeopathy and how I almost fell prey to that. It's a type of energy medicine. If at a molecular level it's literally a sugar pill, then what is curing you? Just ask yourself that. What is curing you? Placebo effect? And it's much more than that. So, something to think about, guys.